Warship foundered.
Hey team, it's Ripper here. Hope you guys are doing awesome today. Got an awesome, fun, and good exhilarating video with the Forest Sherman. Yes, my favorite DD right now. I don't know why. But before we begin, I appreciate all those who have helped the channel grow. We're growing like crazy. Like, subscribe, bell button below. Comment, dislike, like, whatever you like to do to improve the channel and have a good time sailing ships, shooting ships, and have a great time. We're on our way to 600 subscribers. Smash that like button. Smash anything you want to do and just having a great time doing it as well. So, we'll notice the complement right now is just the clan battles of, a couple DDs, 3 cruisers, and 2 battleships. That's kind of like what our clan does, more of a standard. But in this particular game, and it's a really good game, and at the end of the day, it's about a 4-kill game, just spoiler alert, but I want to show you some of the capabilities of the Sherman, as well as team gameplay, as well as in clan battles. Hopefully this helps you if you're merking or if you're playing clan battles. If you're new to clan battles, if you don't know what that is, it's just 7 versus 7, tier 10. Depends, and it changes every season, but most of the time it is a tier 10 game. And I know a lot of people are, grinding to get tier 10 at the tech tree, or they actually provide, rentals as well. So anything that you can do to get in the clan battles is great, because not only does it provide you experience, but it also gives you steel. If you do win the games, you do get a chance to move up the rankings and get steel, and that helps you get those tougher ships in the long run. But also a good team and a good teamwork, good communication is vital to you succeeding as well. You notice what we did was we sent one Summers up into C-Cap because he has one of the best concealments, and he can spot, see where they're at. But the majority of your team is going to lemming train down to B and hit push A, and that's the game plan that we have in this scenario. And you'll see whether or not you like it or see how it works for you and analyze the gameplay. The Forest Sherman, if you don't know, it's a tier 10 premium that I really, really love. It almost makes me kind of anxiety-like now, because the rate of fire is so horrendously awesome and fast that it makes you, when you play other DDs, seem kind of slow, because the reload on this gun, these guns on the Forest Sherman, is you can get them down to 1.3, and if AR kicks in, Fearless Brawler kicks in, all those things, you're literally getting this down to maybe 0.8 second reloads. I've seen it to where you can get it down to 0.7 if you get Halsey on it and Confederate established and yada, yada, yada. But it's an awesome ship. I've tried different builds on it. Some guys out there have actually told me to put on swift but silent to get the speed up on this ship, and you get it up to about 38.5 knots, so it's pretty awesome in that regard. But it normally is a slow gunboat. Watch my gameplay. You notice I'm not pushing into a cap. I'm not trying to be a vampire where I use my 5-kilometer hydros, although that's cool to go push a destroyer. I'm really more of a standoff gunboat, more of I would say like a Haragumo, because remember, I don't have heals and I'm sluggish. But I got the fastest gun in the game. This is probably you have to use and play with your strengths and then use them to the best of your ability, and also be patient in the long run. So you notice the first thing I do is I spot for my team and provide smoke. There's one key technique strategy right there for you guys. Look, my team will sit in the smoke, use it to the best of their abilities, or they don't have to use it. It keeps them undetected for a while, and here I go. I start open gunboating, which I do enjoy doing in the Forest Sherman. It provides you this one key feature, which is the throttle juke technique. The throttle juke technique, if you don't know what that is just playing with the throttle. If you notice what I'm doing here, I'm not speeding, I'm not doing anything. All I do is try to get the boat to go forward really fast and then reverse really fast. And you notice the Forest Sherman does a great job of doing that, and it throws off a lot of shell. So what I'm going to do right here is just constantly fire and get the GK to start firing at me, reveal his position, and then get my other teammates. Hey, and sometimes your actions inspire your other teammates as well. I think that's why the DD role is so much fun. We start one fire right there. The DD roll is fun because you do almost every role possible: capping, spotting, torping, gunboating. You even inspire your team, leading from the front. And notice our team pushes out of the smoke rather than sit back and hide. And they just, look, you unleash all the guns on somebody, they're going to die. I always look at it as this way. If you ain't firing, you ain't shooting, you ain't doing nothing. You're not contributing to anything other than just sailing a ship around, and you can go, play another game for that. What we're trying to do is implement strategy, get the most weapons on the bear, and then send as many shells downrange as possible in order to achieve the best significant outcome. You notice our Summers on the east side is keeping those guys at bay, and he's just keeping them spotted or just keeping them on their toes, being torped at, while we focus on the alpha flank. And we're going to push, and you notice how fast we melted the GK. Right now, again, look, I'm just throttle juking back and forth. GK gave up shooting on me because he realized what I'm doing, and it's not worth the time or effort, especially when he's only shooting 2 front guns. And you notice I'm keeping the standoff. The build I have is about a 15.1 kilometer gun range, and that's awesome for a destroyer. Most destroyers don't do that, but it is kind of annoying when you have a destroyer that can shoot and reach out that far. So we're going to see if we can knock out this GK right now, and then we're going to keep these torps in mind before we press on. The good thing about what we're doing is we're all spread out. We're covering A and B because now the enemy team has to do this. They got to cover or come back and take A and B in order to win, because now we're covering A and B is much easier than them covering C, because it doesn't benefit them to stay back at C and wait for the game to end. They have to push in the long run. First kill of the day right there. Let's see if we can take out this Hindenburg. Hindenburg again with these sap shells. You notice the look of the reload, 1.2 second reload of sap shells. It's pretty disgusting, especially when the armor of a Hindenburg is not more than 30 something millimeters. And it really, these sap shells pen up to, I believe, 35. So you're pretty much anything you're hitting is getting the pens right there, and it's doing a significant amount of damage. Even if you get 1 or 2 shells on them. Let's see here. 1 shell. Look at that, 1,200. Wow. I mean, that's kind of insane for a little destroyer to do to a cruiser. And see, our friends are getting some massive hits right there. We just keep shooting. Look at the arcs in these things, lobbing over the nice little mountain there. And do we get the kill? And boom, 1 shell gets the kill. R.I.P. Ripperinator Sherminator strikes again. I do call this ship the Sherminator because there was that funny movie that had this guy named Sherman in it, and now this thing is called the Sherman. He always used the Sherminator impression, and I thought it was hilarious. Next victim up is the Schlieffen, the Tier 10 German battleship that is a brawler, but you know what? He can't brawl much when he's stuck in the side of an island, and as well as, if you can't really hit him with sap, you can switch to HE, and this thing has horrendous HE. This thing starts fires like a madman with a bunch of matches. So like these little matches here, just going to keep striking. Although I may not pin anything, I start a fire right there, and fire damage don't care how much armor you have. It just starts taking away hit points at will for free, and it's not even fair. So this is what basically this technique and strategy is just sit here and farm him to death because he's too preoccupied with somebody else that he knows is like, look, there's another gunboat out there. Now he looks at me, he's like, hey, who's causing the most damage to me? And you notice that he has line of sight of 3 other ships, and he elects to shoot me. That tells you how scary and fearsome the Sherminator is, because people just do not like getting shot out with 1,000 shells at a time here. And look at this. Boom. R.I.P. back to 40. Sherminator strikes again. Looks, like I said, this thing is horrendously devastating. I mean, we're up 3 kills right now, 91,000 damage in the first 8 minutes of the game. And notice that, like I said, the Sherminator on the field is a devastating asset to have on there, and that's why you notice everybody's trying to shoot at me. I noticed that the Sherman is literally targeted the most. If we had to do any kind of stats or anything, I noticed that the Sherman's shot at all the time, no matter what. Even if I'm in the middle of cruisers and battleships, everybody will take a shot at you because why not? Look, my indicator is going off again. Someone's taking a shot at me because they want us off the battlefield because, again, what the DD is the significant player on the map. Provides spotting, torping, gunboating, speed, capping, everything that you need to complement and lead the team to victory here. So notice we're going to shoot the Shimakaze, but he's running away because the amount of sap shells. Look, we're also a suppressing fire ship. I've noticed I've had battleships turn around and away because of the fact that there's a Sherman on the battlefield or in that area covering. I mean, if you have a Sherman between A and B right now, no battleship or cruiser is really going to come at you full force until they figure out that you're either off or low health, because the amount of shells that you bring to the game is, like I said, pretty significant and really a very significant deterrent. And it allows you to really push or hold off a lot of pushes right there. And like I said, this thing is pretty awesome. I love it. The Sherminator is one of the coolest destroyers out there. I think one of the best premiums right now. Ooh, here we go. Let's see if we can secure the 4th kill right here. Shimakaze in the open. Full send. Here comes the rain of sap stingers and lucky shell. Boom! R.I.P. back to Porte Shimakaze. Down for the count. 4th kill secured. And that is how the cookie crumbles, ladies and gentlemen. That was an awesome game right there for the Sherman. Holding off Alpha Bravo Cap, while again, look at our Summers way up in the northeast, still holding those other 2 members at bay. And it was probably annoying having a destroyer spot for you. Again, that's why having a DD alive and spotting someone is devastating, because you know, the other team can't do anything about it other than try to kill that destroyer. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I thought hopefully it was some kind of, you know, enjoyment for you. Learn something from it, little specs here and there and info. But again, if you guys like to support the channel, we're on our way to 600 subscribers. Like, subscribe, bell button below. Comment, like, dislike about anything you like to do, anything we can do to improve. And until next time, we'll talk to you guys soon, and I hope you guys have a great one. Cheers.